Ms. Goldsmith, and then Ryan Becerra. Ms. Goldsmith.
Good afternoon. If I'm a little shaky, it's probably due to lack of sugar.
Come on, you're all kids. Relax.
I know, I'm
if I can do it, you can do it. Come on. Cut it out.
You're probably more fit than I am, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank your staff for its diligent and unflagging attention to comments from stakeholders. And I think that I appreciate the difficulties, and I appreciate very much the comments, not just by Mr. Grindstaff, but also by Martha Davis, and also by Chairman Jared Huffman, because they affirm the concern that I have. And I've spoken to you before about those who don't have alternate supplies of water. I represent Placer County Water Agency, which I recognize is not necessarily governed by any of your policies unless it has a covered action, but it does transfer water to people either through or in the Delta. I also represent the city of West Sacramento. So these issues about alternate supplies of water and the standard for reduced reliance are very important to my clients and also all of California. I think the first 1, 2, 3 paragraphs are wonderful. I think they state the intent. They state the coverage. The problem that I have is the same problem that was pointed out by Ms. Marcus, and that is that you've got a standard that reads like an absolute. It's a standard. It's significant reduction in net water use, whatever net water use is, which I think needs clarification, or percentage of water used from the Delta watershed. And I think I've spoken to you before, and I'll repeat it again. There are those who don't have alternate supplies of water, don't have groundwater that they can conjunctively manage. But the worst part is, is the disconnect between that sentence and the perfectly true sentence that progress in increased water efficiency is a good thing and can be achieved. What it doesn't say is that achievement satisfies those two seemingly very absolute standards. What I would suggest, first of all, in terms of net water use, I think it should be clarified, and I would suggest per capita water use, a reduction in per capita water use, because I think that's what we're really looking at for urban suppliers. And whether it's 20% or more in future years, that's a significant efficiency measure that, as Mr. Huffman, Ms. Davis, Mr. Grindstaff, and I think others have said, is the intent here is to increase efficiency. And I've spoken to you in the past about the fact that areas of origin, if we were to reduce our water use, we would not be able to grow. Without increased efficiency, we may have to increase water diversions even with increased efficiency, but we don't expect to be doomed forever to stasis. So I would suggest reading this language as follows. In paragraph 4, for the purposes of this policy and the Delta Plan, reducing reliance on the Delta and adequately contributing to improved regional self-reliance is satisfied by a significant reduction in net per capita water use, or in the percentage of water used from the Delta watershed, or by progress, yada, 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 in water efficiency. That would therefore link efficiency to satisfying these otherwise seemingly absolute standards. I would support either my language, which I like, or the Aqua ag-urban or the MWD alternatives, which are aimed at that same disconnect that currently exists in your existing policy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr.